Hello everyone, I'm Jack Fortner, Chairman of the San Juan County Commission. Today I'm joined by Jeff Bourgeois, President and CEO of San Juan Regional, and also by Farmington Mayor Nate Duckett. I'd like to thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you.
I want to start out with some news. We're glad to report that the governor has loosened some restrictions on the northwest part of the state to take effect tomorrow, Saturday. The numbers reported by the state are improving. We will move to the preparation phase of reopening. However, we got to this point with the good practices, hand washing, wearing a mask, and social distancing. Now it's up to all of us to continue to help our numbers improve. We aren't out of the woods yet. Our area has a long road to recovery, both health-wise and the health of our economy. Now that retailers can open on a limited basis, consider supporting our local businesses who need us now more than ever. Many will make it easy with curbside service. You don't even have to get out of the car. We continue to work with the state to advocate for the health of the economy. Now, let's take a look at the latest from San Juan Regional Medical Center and Jeff Bourgeois.
Thank you, Jack. First of all, I'd just like to say Happy Hospital Week to all the employees at San Juan Regional Medical Center. And additionally, just thank you to all the healthcare workers in our community this week and next week and beyond who continue to work through some very challenging times for both COVID positive and the rest of the patient population that they are asked to treat. I want to start with announcing that we have some changes to our external assessment area or drive-through testing area next week. We will only be running that 2 days, Monday and Wednesday of next week from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So again, we encourage you to call the screening line at 675-4722 to speak with a registered nurse. You can do that Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and go through the screening questions. Just a reminder at this time, if you do not have symptoms, do not come to the external assessment area at this time, as you will not meet our external assessment testing criteria. And we are limiting those that we test to those that pass the screening criteria so we can be mindful of our supplies and test kits we have available. Hopefully soon the state will have much broader testing availability, and we can announce that soon. Again, the screening number to call is 675-4722. If you want to seek tests from the Department of Health, please call 800-600-3453. And another reminder is that if you feel you have COVID-like symptoms and feel you need to come to the emergency department, please call ahead so we can protect you, our caregivers, and those around you. That number to call is 609-2901. And then thanks to the team at the state who's stood up a mental health support line, emotional health support line for frontline caregivers. And so if you work at the hospital or anywhere in our community and you're a frontline caregiver, first responder relative to anything, please call 855-466-7100, and we encourage you to seek help if you feel you need it. As Jack mentioned, there was some good news from the state relative to the beginning and the pre-opening of our economy. This slide shows the rate of spread by region in the state. It's a week-to-week comparison. The most current week is the left-hand column of numbers. And you will see that for every region in the state, except for one, has had a slowing of the rate of spread. The lower the number here, the better. The only area with a rate of spread growth that has seen an increase week to week is the Southwest region. So we are pleased to see our rate of spread go down. However, you'll notice that at 1.2, we're still higher than all other but one regions in the state. Another encouraging sign is that the percent of positive cases, the percent of cases that are positive as a percentage of all the total tests taken, they've gone down in McKinley County, San Juan County, Sandoval, Cibola, Bernalillo, and for the state as a whole. San Juan County is the second county from the left on this bar chart. So While we've gone down ever so slightly by about half a percentage point week to week, you can still see that we are a long ways away from the state average by a factor of almost 3. So those are the good news slides for us, and we're encouraged by those, and want to again encourage all the proper social distancing pieces that Jack has already mentioned. This next slide talks about our hospitalization rate in the Northwest region. And you'll see that at 159.5 hospitalizations per 100,000 population, the Northwest region of our state is still markedly higher than any other region in the state or the state as a whole. I wish I had better news to share on that, but that is our reality. This next slide just talks about the age-specific hospitalization rates per 100,000 population. This is statewide data for us, and the takeaway from this slide is that those that are 55 years of age or older have a much higher risk of being hospitalized should they contract the virus. Moving forward, I want to give you an update about where we are at the hospital today. As of this morning, we have 139 inpatients. We've seen a pretty significant increase in our inpatient census beginning this past Sunday all the way through today. In past weeks, we were hovering in the low 100s, between 100 and 110. We've been north of 130 all week this week. Today, we have 48 COVID positive patients in-house with 2 additional patients pending results. Of our total patient population, only 7 are intubated, and that's a little lower than we were this time last week, so not sure what to make of that just yet. Might just be a snapshot of a picture in time, but again, fewer patients intubated as of this morning. So where that brings us cumulative to date in our response to the COVID-19 pandemic is that we've treated or are treating a total of 208 inpatients. We've discharged 119 of those home or to an alternative site of care. Unfortunately, we've seen 41 deaths at our hospital. And I would ask that you think about the caregivers that are on the front lines caring for these patients. They are healers, their heart and soul, and their professional calling is healthcare. To see this level of mortality in such a short period of time has an emotional toll on people. So I would ask you, out of respect for them, to respect all the suggestions and recommendations that are out there around social distancing, wearing a mask, washing your hands, etc. Help us help you, and more importantly, keep our caregivers healthy so that they can treat those that are hospitalized. As I mentioned, today still in-house we have 48 patients. This next slide just shows our graph. You can see that on the top line there, that's the total census. It has gone up steadily this week, as has the total COVID population at the hospital. So just in summary, Jack, the percentage of positive cases as a percentage of the total tests taken are slightly reduced in our region, in our county, and across the state. However, San Juan County continues to have a high growth of hospitalization and a high rate of growth, even though it's slightly improved. Protect yourself and those around you. Wear a mask, wash your hands often, and practice social distancing. And then finally, you can refer to the website that the Department of Health has at cv.nmhealth.org to stay up to date with all the latest news and statistics and reports around our state's response to this pandemic. So thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Jeff. Well, now it's the latest from the city of Farmington and our mayor, Mayor Duckett.
Good morning, everyone, or afternoon. I appreciate the opportunity to join you today. Thank you, Mr. Fortner and Mr. Bourgeois, for the updates. I just want to first send out a message of thanks to all the caregivers, just following up with what Jeff had mentioned, all the caregivers and the essential workers who are out there and are showing us the way, leading us into these next steps to get businesses opened here across the entire city, and kind of laying that groundwork for the state CSPs, those commercial safe practices that they're asking people to follow as we open up our businesses and bring employees and customers back in. So just want to say thank you to them. I also want to send out a message to our graduates this week. It's a big week for a lot of seniors here in the Four Corners. And I just wanted to say congratulations to our high school graduates, our college graduates. Obviously, we've never been through a graduation quite like this before, but I know a lot of effort has gone in to try and make this week special, to celebrate your accomplishments. And it'll be one of the most unique experiences of your entire life. So we don't want to undersell what is going on here, but I do just want to make sure that we give a high five to all those who have made the commitment and have made it to their high school graduation, college graduations, and now are stepping forward into the world ahead. And I ask you, as individuals who are graduating, to consider the city of Farmington and San Juan County as a place that if you go off and you get, whether you're going to a trade school, whether you're going to a four-year college, university, whatever the case may be, opportunities exist here in our community for you to make a living, for entrepreneurs to open businesses. And we're always looking for that next step in the chain of economic diversification on ways that we can make our community stronger and more vibrant. So good luck to all of you, and please come back here or stay here. One of those two things. But other things, of course, Mr. Fortner and Mr. Bourgeois commented on today. It is important that we recognize that as we're seeing some improvements in numbers, those things are obviously being influenced by good practices that we're doing every single day. Every person has a part to play in this, and each of us has that opportunity to make a positive impact, not just for ourselves and our family, but for those people that we come in contact with throughout the course of our days. So let's keep doing those positive things and paying attention to those practices. And as we get into the workforce, obviously as employees start going back to work, there may be some hesitation, there may be some fear. Those things are natural. Those are natural feelings. So once we can practice these things on a daily basis, we're going to get more comfortable with them, and it's going to become more natural on the things that we need to do. So let's put those good practices in place. Let's communicate with our employees, and those business owners. Make sure we're being upfront and providing our employees the opportunities to speak to us, and let them share with their concerns. So we're just going to keep pushing that forward as we continue to get to that opening of all businesses here in San Juan County. I'm excited for the weekend. I'm happy to see that we've had a small incremental step forward. You know, you have to roll the dice to start to play the game, and we were able to roll the dice this week and take that small step forward. My hope is that we can, on June 1st and thereabouts, that we can move this community to that next level, but it's going to be on us. We have to make those proper daily habitual behaviors of washing our hands and social distancing, and just continuing through that process as we move further towards that June 1st. But that is my hope, and that's my communication to the governor of New Mexico. We want San Juan County to be on the same page as everybody else here in the state, and we recognize that it's a data-driven approach, and we want to continue to improve our data. And we also want to make sure that there is balance in what that data entails and how we're making decisions, because the health of this community, as I've said many times, is physical, emotional, and also economical. And that strong business community makes for a healthy community. So again, if going back real quick, if you need assistance, please make sure you're reaching out to the helpline 326-4357. If you're needing food, if you're needing assistance with rent, whatever that case may be, we have those systems in place, the infrastructure in place to support you. If you're a senior who's in need of help, that hotline is also great for you. We have Meals on Wheels going on here throughout the county for seniors who are in need of those resources. Please make sure you're reaching out to people if you are in need of assistance. Frankly, our best bet is to continue to quarantine those who are sick. This is my opinion. Quarantine people who are sick, make sure we're testing, protecting our seniors and our at-risk populations, and then supporting them with that charitable infrastructure that we have here in San Juan County. That's going to be key. So thank you to everybody out there for doing your part. Let's continue to push forward. Let's have a great weekend and step away maybe from tracking these numbers every single day, because if we're doing our part and we're protecting ourselves for the sake of our family and other people, we're going to see improvements. So have a great weekend, and thanks for letting me join you today, Mr. Fortner.
Thank you, Nate. And thank you for joining us. Jeff, thank you for joining us. Terry and I are praying for you, your families, for recovery, for those who are sick. And I hope you're praying for our elected leaders as well. I'm I would tell you that Farmington and San Juan County, we're ready to go to the next phase. I believe that our small business owners will do the proper distancing, preparation. We're ready. And so until next time, I'm Jack Fortner, Chairman of the San Juan County Commission. Stay well, stay safe, and when necessary and possible, please stay home, San Juan County.